Hello everyone, glad to have you here. Today we are going to make some tasty curry saltfish fritters with coconut milk. Guys, stick around because you don't want to miss this recipe. The first thing I did here is to soak the saltfish in some water for a few hours. After that, I changed the water and added to the stove to cook for a few minutes. Then I set it aside until I am ready to use. So I am going to go ahead and prepare my vegetables. Here I have scotch bonnet pepper, scallion, onion. I have some garlic. I have some green and red sweet pepper. Over here I have some turmeric, some complete season, my coconut milk, curry powder, rosemary, and black pepper. These are some lovely season that is going to make your saltfish fritters taste really nice. Just stick around to see the process. You will love it. So first thing, after washing the vegetables, I'm gonna finely chop all, because this recipe you really need your veggies to finely chop to be more enjoyable. I choose to use these veggies, but it's not a must. Basically, when we are making saltfish fritters, we will use some onion, some scallion, some thyme, some black pepper, some scotch bonnet pepper. That's the season basically we would use. So you can go ahead and use just that, or if you want to put a twist on it and add some extra veggie of your choice, you can go ahead and do that also. The red and the green bell pepper or sweet pepper, I use it mainly to bring out some color to the fritters. I love to have my food looking colorful, so I tend to look for different color veggies just to bring out that color and more flavor, of course. I love to mince my garlic, and this is how I mince my garlic. I shred it and I get some nice chunky pieces. After that, I go ahead and use the knife to continue finely chop it, because you know garlic have a strong flavor, and to allow that flavor to saturate in any dish, you want to finely chop your garlic. And here I have a scotch bonnet pepper. If you don't like hot pepper, you don't have to use scotch bonnet pepper. But if you want a little spice, a little scotch bonnet flavor, just go ahead and finely chop a small piece also. In this way, the flavor will saturate into the fritters. You don't want to chop it in chunky pieces, so when you take a bite from that fritters, you have a big chunky pepper in your mouth. So go ahead and mince that pepper. Our saltfish is cooled down, so now we can handle it. And what I'm doing here is shredding the saltfish into small pieces. Remember, we are making fritters, so the same way how I finely chop all the veggies, the same way I am going to mince that saltfish so everything can spread out into that fritters. So this is how I mince my saltfish. So now our saltfish is finely minced. Our veggies are finely chopped, so it's time to go and make that delicious batter for those delicious fritters that I can't wait to eat. So first here, this is about 3 tablespoons of butter. Once the butter melts, we are going to add the onion first. So if you are accustomed of making fritters, maybe you have not seen it done this way, and you might say, why am I doing this way? Well, this way it's going to make your saltfish fritters so tasty. So trust me on this one, okay? So just under a minute after adding your onions, you are going to add your crushed garlic. And we are going to give everything a nice stir. We're not going to allow our veggie to stay too long. We're just going to allow it to quickly saute. So here I'm adding the Scotch bonnet pepper and I'm adding the scallion. And I am going to add the saltfish also. So we are going to give this a nice stir. Leave it saute for less than a minute before we continue to add the rest of veggies. So we have our powder seasoning here. We have some curry, of course, some turmeric. It's optional. Here I'm using rosemary and black pepper. I choose to use rosemary because rosemary goes well with curry powder. If you have some thyme, you can go ahead. I love to cook with thyme, but at this moment I didn't have any. At this time also, we are going to add our red and green pepper. You notice I added for last because I don't want it to cook too much. I want the color to remain brightly beautiful. So we are going to give this a stir after adding about a cup of coconut milk. And we are going to allow it to we are going to allow the veggies for less than a minute to cook. Allowing the veggies and spice to simmer into the coconut milk is going to release a marvelous flavor. So here I'm adding some water because we need enough water. We are going to use this to make our fritters, so we want it to have more water. So at this time, you can taste and see if you need any salt, because the saltfish, if the saltfish have enough salt, it will release into the liquid and give it a salty taste. If it don't have enough salt, then you may want to add. And this is why I go ahead and add about ½ cube of chicken bouillon, because it wasn't salty enough. So you want to taste first to see. And here, after about a minute, I turn the stove off to allow it to cool down. Once it cooled down, we are going to add it to the flour. Everything is nice, nothing overcooked. So now our curry mixture is finally cooled down to pour into the flour to make that beautiful and tasty batter. So I am going to pour everything into the flour. This is about 3 cups of flour. Look how beautiful and tasty this look already. Oh my goodness. So once you stir that in, you're going to add some water little by little. You don't want to pour too much water because we are looking for a specific texture. We are a thickness. We don't want it too watery. We don't want it too thick. So you're going to add your water little by little. So we have a lovely batter here, all colorful. Look at the thickness. It's not too thick, not too watery. It's perfectly fine. So we have a pot on the stove on medium high that is hot enough. You want to make sure your oil is hot. You want to leave it for about 2 minutes before you add the fritters. And you want to have enough oil, about 1/4 inch, to cover the pot bottom. This will allow your fritters to fry golden brown. So our fritters are nicely frying. We are going to allow it to fry for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side before we go ahead and flip. Look how beautiful they are looking. Golden brown, crunchy on the outside, soft and juicy on the inside. That is what we are looking for. If you are enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're here for your first time, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you will never miss any of my delicious recipe. It's time to remove our fritters, and we will continue in the same procedures until all our saltfish fritters is done. Beautiful. Wow. I love the way these fritters came out. Just want to take the time out to say thank you so much to my faithful subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Whatever I'm doing, I do it in mind, thinking about you guys. Anything you would like to see on my channel, please feel free to leave a comment below. So here we have our beautiful saltfish fritters, curry saltfish fritters with coconut milk. I want you guys to go ahead, try this recipe out. Drop a comment below and let me know how yours came out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.